Hello and welcome to this episode of Conversations with Catherine. I am so excited to have with me Dr. Morgan Francis. She is a clinical psychologist in Scottsdale, Arizona, and also she's a nationally recognized treatment specialist. Dr. Francis, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me on. This is a real big pleasure of mine. So thank you so much for having me.
Well, I really wanted to talk to you because so many people are hurting right now. There's a lot of fear going on. You have adults who are losing their jobs almost overnight, worried about money. And you have children who are at home, teenagers, small kids, teenagers especially, who just have everything disappeared on them. So I wanted to just talk to you about what kind of tips you might have for people to maintain our healthy minds.
Absolutely. And you named it so well. There's so much change going on for all of us. So right now we are collectively grieving in a pandemic where we really don't know how or what this will look like and how this will end. So right now, I think it's first and foremost so important that we name what we are feeling. We often think that if we ignore our feelings, that will be effective, and actually it's quite the opposite. So what I really encourage people to do is name what they are experiencing. So if they are sad because they miss their friends, it's okay for a teenager to say, I really miss my friends right now. If there's a parent that's now trying to learn how to homeschool, it would be perfectly normal for that parent to say, I am very overwhelmed. If there is someone who's lost their job, it would be normal for them to say, I'm really afraid. So it's really helpful because when we name what we are experiencing, then we're able to take some of the power back.
Right.
When we don't talk about what's happening to us, then negative things can really happen. We feel more disempowered. So by naming it, we can actually do something then about it.
I know you're very busy right now helping people through a lot of their feelings right now and those mixed feelings that they have. Is there something we can do to practice every day to sort of help us get out of that funk that we sometimes get into where we do want to hunker down and self-isolate? And when I say that, I mean not talk to anybody.
Yes. So definitely. So again, with all the grief that we're feeling, it's going to be important that we do have some type of connection with others. So I try to make it a rule in my family that we talk to one person a day. So that might be grandma, that might be a school friend, that might be one of our coaches that we're missing. So just being able to connect with someone per day outside of your home. The second thing that I would strongly encourage is that you move your body. When I say move, I'm not meaning go out for a run for 60 minutes. I'm meaning stretch, breathe, clean, dance, do some yoga poses, meditate, play with your children. These are things that get our bodies moving and getting the energy of all the stress out of our bodies. And if we are feeling depressed or sad, we can be really immobilized. So being able to diffuse the stress in our bodies is very critical for our mental health.
Absolutely. And it's also okay to ask for help too, because I think a lot of us feel like we're in this feeling alone. And really, a lot of people are feeling the weight of this in so many different ways.
Absolutely. And you're right. We are all experiencing it on some level. So it is really important that you know that you are not alone with what you are feeling. And the great thing right now that I'm seeing is that there are a lot of free resources being provided right now that the mental health community is really stepping up and helping with. And even, coaches as well and personal trainers. I'm seeing people put on workout ideas and here are 10 yoga moves that you can do today. So I really feel as a community, we're seeing people really reach out and try to help others.
Well, I want to let people know that you have something really wonderful that you provide. It's called Mindful Messages. If you could just explain how that works for people.
Yes. So Mindful Messages is a free text messaging service. So by texting the number 1-202-759-6205, you will receive free text messages from me that are supportive, that are encouraging, that focus on relationships and grief and loss and encouragement and empowerment. And it's, again, to help you know that you're not alone, that we are all collectively healing together. And the feedback that I've been able to receive about the mindful messages has been so positive. And I'm just so thrilled that this is a service that I put together, months ago, not knowing that it would be so needed right now. So it's been really effective.
And when we talk about the people who are losing their jobs and their income, there is grief that goes along with that, serious grief. And you also are going to be offering online grief courses too, as well.
Yeah, so I've been noticing that all of us are really collectively grieving because so many things have been taken away. Our schools, our friendships, our churches, our sporting events, our ability to travel and deal with stress, our jobs. And so there is a lot of collective grief that we are all experiencing right now. So I am currently going and explaining all this on my social media, and then I will be rolling out an online course for people to dive deeper into the healing process of grief.
Okay, so where can people find you on social media and also on the web?
So my social media is primarily on Instagram, and it's Dr. Morgan Francis. And then I have my website, which I have all my podcasts, and the one I even did with you, Catherine, lives on there as well. And that is www.scottsdalepremiercounseling.com.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Francis. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
And you as well. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having me.
Thank you.